The Sacred Guide to Mastering Your Sleep. So, if you guys don't know me, my name is Hami, and I go by the Muscle Jedi. All I'm here to, all I'm here for, is to provide truth, wisdom, shared experiences, and digestible information on everything bodybuilding and self-development. Sleep is everything. Sleep is the foundation. In physique development, sleep leads to muscle and joint recovery, blood flow, protein synthesis, and inflammation reduction, glycogen replenishment, glucose management, hormone production and management, stress management, and this mainly comes from deep sleep. Then we have cognitive management, so the psychological aspects of sleep. So we improve our problem solving skills from REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, emotional regulation, even trauma healing, getting over arguments or other traumatic things that can happen in our life. Sleep is the save button on a video game, and when you wake up, you should be able to re-enter the game and play better. Sleep deprivation. Mild sleep deprivation is still sleep deprivation. Consistent mild sleep deprivation over a long period of time, ouch. And I've been there, it sucks. Like, it just sucks. And once you realize it, it's a bad feeling, but it's something you can fix very quickly. And I'm going to give you so many tips on how to improve your sleep, so just bear with me. And being sleep deprived is like being a fat girl. Fat girls don't really know they're fat. Same goes with sleep deprived individuals. The impacts of sleep deprivation, even at a mild rate: higher risk injury, joint pain, issues with concentration, higher likelihood to overtrain, higher blood pressure. And I've experienced this myself. I track my blood pressures just so I want to be healthy, and I'm bulking right now, eating 5.5k calories a day. So I do have to stay on top of all my metrics to make sure I'm still healthy. Whenever I sleep bad, my blood pressure goes up 10-15%, which is pretty high. An increase in anxiety and cortisol hormone, and it has been linked to ADHD, bipolar, borderline personality disorder, PTSD, anxiety, depression, symptoms, and even the cause. Most major diseases, especially those that are psychological, tend to start or are triggered by sleep deprivation. So, questions I have for you when it comes to sleep. We want to understand a few things. So, are you sleep deprived? Let's find out. Can you survive without caffeine till noon if you're a caffeine user? If your answer is yes, you are not sleep deprived. If your answer is no, you are. Could you fall back asleep at 10 or 11 a.m., assuming you wake up at 7, 8? Your answer is yes, you are sleep deprived. Do you find yourself rereading the same sentence often? If the answer is yes, you are sleep deprived. If you didn't have an alarm, would you sleep past that time? If the answer is yes, you are sleep deprived. Do you forget random small things? If the answer is yes, you are sleep deprived. The sleep-wake cycle, aka the circadian rhythm. We have something in our brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and this is basically the 24-hour biological clock. How this clock works is, first of all, it governs temperature in our body, adjusts temperature throughout the day based on our tiredness, and cycle throughout the day whether we're supposed to be awake and alert or sleep. And our sleep-wake times. It samples light. So let's say you look at the sun at 7 a.m. It's going to go through your optic nerve, and it's going to basically tell display, oh, this is when we're supposed to be awake. So this is why sunlight viewing is key. Sunlight is the brake pedal for the pineal gland, which releases melatonin. So this cuts melatonin. And then when it's nighttime, we release melatonin. I'll get into melatonin shortly. So in the sleep cycle, we have two cycles, but we have 4 stages. We have stage 1 of non-REM, which is where we just fall asleep. Stage 2, our body temperature goes up, heart rate begins to slow down, start to calm things down, and brain begins to produce sleep spindles, also known as brain waves for sleep. Lasts approximately 20 minutes. In stage 3, our muscles start to relax, blood pressure and breathing rate drop, and the deepest sleep occurs. This is when a lot of that muscle recovery and athletic recovery comes into play. Then finally, we have REM sleep, and if you notice, REM sleep is the last stage. REM sleep is called rapid eye movement sleep, and this is because when you're dreaming, you have rapid eye movements. You ever notice that you wake up right after you have a dream? That's because REM sleep is at the end of your sleep cycle. So the brain becomes more active, body becomes relaxed and immobilized, dreams occur, eyes move rapidly. That's why you dream right before you wake up. And an alarm clock disrupts REM sleep. REM sleep is crucial for concentration and mental performance. So using an alarm clock, stop it. It's not useful. It doesn't do anything for you. Deep sleep. What does deep sleep do? Like in Minecraft, basically saves title, right? And we have a blood pressure thing here. Why? Well, first of all, saves memories, and it plays a role in the file transfer process of your brain. Our muscles relax so you don't act out in your dreams, and we deal with the development of social activity, explanation of environment, and self-motivated learning from deep sleep. On top of that, deep sleep acts as blood pressure management, and it's better than any medication. If you read into the literature, you will see this. A lot of medical interventions aiming to improve sleep quality have been more effective than blood pressure medication interventions. Next, increases insulin sensitivity and glucose management. So one thing you'll see is, especially in a lot of diabetics, is that more so in type 2, you will see that sleep deprivation could be a trigger because that causes stress. Stress hurts our ability to manage our blood glucose and be insulin sensitive. And basically what this means is your body just uses sugar responsibly. It doesn't turn it into fat. It actually puts it where it needs to be put. Next, protein synthesis, increased blood flow, glycogen, replenishment, all the good bodybuilding, big muscle stuff. REM sleep, rapid eye movement. This is where we improve and process our memory and learning, brain health, mood regulation, fuels our creativity, especially from dreaming. Dreaming is believed to be a manifestation of our subconscious mind. A few professors in the field and researchers do disagree with this. I personally think it's true, and it's something that you cannot materialize in a study. We always dream about things that we think of or we've shoved in the back of our mind, whether it's something we want to think about, don't want to think about. Dreams are powerful, and a good thing many people do, especially some of the best authors in the world, most creative people, is they have a dream journal. So upon waking, they will journal their dreams. Next, REM dreaming helps with resolving trauma. This is where we get with, like, you get in an argument and then you're like, sleep on it. That's where the saying comes from. Separates emotional baggage and experience. So let's say your friend does something bad to you, or a girl breaks your heart. If you sleep on it, then you actually detach from the situation, from your emotions being aside, and you can actually analyze it a bit more logically, which is great, and it's beautiful, the power of rest. So let's talk about hormones. Melatonin. This is the time to sleep hormone. Myth busting time. One of the common myths is that melatonin makes us fall asleep. This isn't necessarily true. What melatonin actually does is, imagine a race at the Olympics, like a sprint. Melatonin is simply the announcer. On your marks, get ready, but it does not say go. The effect of falling asleep upon melatonin consumption is a placebo. And placebos are powerful. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're going to take something and it's going to make you fall asleep, even though it doesn't really, but it makes you fall asleep, you may as well take it, right? 2 birds, 1 stone. Adenosine. This is the I am becoming sleepy hormone. And this is where we're going to get into caffeine. Is caffeine worth it for sleep? So one of the things with adenosine is whenever we increase in the production of adenosine in our brain, we have an increased desire to sleep. Sleep reduces adenosine. Adenosine increases throughout the day. For obvious reasons, as we go throughout the day, we get more and more tired. Caffeine masks adenosine. So it doesn't make you more energetic. It just makes you, basically, think of it as it tricks you to be alert and active. Hence, mask. Because a mask covers the truth. The truth is that you're tired. You are not more energetic from caffeine. You're simply less tired. So, caffeine, good or bad? Let's talk about the metabolization of caffeine. First of all, the liver enzyme removes caffeine from our system, and this is what leads to the caffeine crash, because there's a sudden masked adenosine buildup as soon as this caffeine is dumped. The half-life of caffeine is 5 to 7 hours. What does this mean? Let's say you have a cup of coffee and that's 100 milligrams, and you have it at 1 p.m. during your lunch break, or you're about to study, or you're going to fall asleep in class, so you take coffee. If you take it at 1 p.m., 7 hours later, there is 50 milligrams in your bloodstream. Does this mean 7 hours later you're going to be just as amped up as when you consumed it? No. But what it's going to mean is there's going to be caffeine in your system. There's a stimulant in your system. There's something stimulating your system to feel slightly less tired. So this is where it can cause sleep issues, because yes, you can fall asleep. but it does disrupt deep sleep quality. Bad. Caffeine is bad. I would avoid it. I don't think caffeine has any place in bodybuilding. All these pre-workout supplements, everything. Guys, you have to understand, this is one of the most powerful and publicly, this caffeine is one of the most traded drugs ever in human history. So yes, there's a time and place for it, yet that is very rarely. Sometimes when you're jet lag or you really sleep bad and you need to get through the day, I understand. I do it too here and there. But caffeine has no place. And the reason it's heavily promoted is there's an industry behind caffeine. Supplements, coffee, energy drinks. Think of it. You see caffeine everywhere you go. Start thinking about why you're seeing it everywhere you go. So let's talk about sleep quality. Things that hurt sleep quality. So first, did you know that sleeping in an unfamiliar environment, your brain actually stays half awake in an unfamiliar environment, especially during REM sleep. So this is very interesting. You ever notice you never slept that well at your friend's sleepover, when you sleep over at their house? Or maybe you sleep with your girl, you don't really sleep that well. Or you sleep in your new college dorm in the first week, you're not really sleeping that well. Unfamiliar environment. Guys, remember, we are animals. Our system is built to optimize us for survival. This is why we fear. This is why we get angry. This is why we get defensive. And this is why our brain struggles to sleep at 100% in an unfamiliar environment. Alcohol destroys. Multiple reasons. Hydration destroys your REM sleep and reduces your respiration rate. Weed destroys respiration rate, REM sleep, respiration again. Tobacco, nicotine is a stimulant too, so it does keep you up as well. I don't know if you guys have ever had a cigar at night. It tends to keep you up. And notice that whenever you have a cigar or hookah or something like that, you're more stimulated to even conversate. You're more focused. That's because it's a stimulant. It acts very similar to caffeine. And this hurts respiration. All three of these drugs have no place in bodybuilding. No place in physique development. If you are doing these, stop. No compromises. Just stop. No halfway, oh, I'll do it here and there. Stop. Caffeine harms deep sleep quality, but if you really want to, you could fit it in. Sleeping at different times every night. You're constantly moving around your sleep-wake cycle. Waking up to an alarm. This is horrible, especially for REM sleep. Blue light. So I'm talking about your screen, your MacBook, your TV, that Netflix show you watch before bed, the scrolling you do when you're in your bed. That secretes cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. When we have a stress hormone released, we are not going to be as tired and winded down. And lastly, but definitely not least, is stress and unmanaged thoughts. Guys, take care of your mind. Remember, your body isn't sleeping. Your mind is sleeping too. But if your mind is constantly racing and working, you're not going to sleep at your best. So habits instantly improve your sleep. You could apply these tonight. So first, this is the ideal routine. Your last meal is at least 2 hours before bedtime. And you make your last meal your smallest and your simplest. This way it digests easy. You're not full by the time you sleep. And I would also advise that you have, your more simple meal. Don't have a bunch of all different kinds of food mixed together. Have a simple meal, shake, oats, something like that. And so that's that. And you make your last drinks of water not a large amount of your daily intake. So this means, let's say you have 4 liters a day. You don't have 2.5 liters 45 minutes before bed. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to wake up to piss all of that out. Next, your last sip of water is at least 45 to 60 minutes before bedtime. If you are actually timely with your hydration requirements and you actually drink water throughout the day consistently, the earlier you cut it before bed, the better. So 60 minutes plus is the best scenario. Lastly, cut screens and bright lights at least 1 hour before bedtime. What I do is I like to read before bed and journal. So what I do is I bought these light bulbs where they you can adjust the color and everything, and I put them as red light because red light actually is the lowest on the Kelvin spectrum, which is a spectrum of different colors and everything in terms of light release. And what this does is it can encourage melatonin release, and it doesn't really secrete cortisol. Now, other recommendations is cut your screens, like I mentioned, but sleep in a dark and cool room. The whole point of sleeping is bringing your body temperature down. So, recommendations: cut caffeine completely. Warm shower and bath. Now, This might seem contradictory, but you know what's going to happen? When you take a warm shower and bath, your skin is going to get warm. So what's your body going to do? It's going to rapidly cool your internal temperature and actually wind you down. Next, nose strips for better breathing. I'm sure you guys have seen people like Alex Hormozy use them. Game changer. I have a slightly deviated septum, and when I do, it's just fantastic. Like, highly recommend. Next, athletic pillow or neck relief pillow. These are just very relaxing, very easy on the neck. I'm 210 pounds at like 5'9.5", so you can just imagine that my neck is heavy, so it has to be comfortable. And journal, have chamomile tea, have something relaxed. Pair something to mentally put you in the state that your sleep is a holy ritual. Nighttime routines should be just as important as in morning routines. And managing stressful thoughts, the best way to do that is directly attacking the stressor. If you're stressed about school, get up and study. If you're stressed about not following your diet, follow your diet. If you're stressed about that one friend who bothered you or whatever happened with your girlfriend or wife, talk to them. Supplements. And you'll notice I put this last. Why? Because it's the least important. So first, melatonin, 3 to 5 milligrams at the same time every day. This way you set yourself at an even clock. So every day you're sleeping at the same time. Magnesium citrate or glycinate. This kind of acts as a relaxant, and it's amazing for just bone and muscle function and health. Zinc, 20 to 40 milligrams, also acts as a mild relaxant. Some sleep formulas I recommend. Raw sleep I've used. I've heard very good things about Revive Calm. Amazing things about Gorilla Dream. Raw sleep, 1 scoop with a little bit of water, knocks you out, best sleep of your life. The only thing it has that I'm not a big fan of is ashwagandha. I personally don't really like it that much. It makes me a bit too calm. So, as you see, I didn't even list it here. Wearables. So you have the Whoop, Apple Watch, Oura Ring. I feel the Whoop and the Apple Watch are the best. The Apple Watch's advantage over the Whoop is it just shows your sleep movements. But Whoop is the most comprehensive and user-friendly one. I highly recommend a Whoop. I've been using it for 3 years. Amazing. But take wearables with a grain of salt. And the reason is, guys, wearables don't track your nervous system. They only track your heart rate variability. There are so many other things going on in your body: digestion, nervous system, thoughts. Don't think that just because sometimes I've had a Whoop tell me I've 100% recovered and I just don't feel it. How you feel is always the best metric of measurement. If any of this helped you, guys, I just want to let you know I provide much more insight in my coaching program for physique development. Build your best physique with the Muscle Jedi. If you are interested, there's a free coaching consultation call. Link down below. Thank you for watching.